Hello, everybody. I just wanted to give a quick update. I'm going to try to make this video quick. I'm looking at my baby mama. I think Kennedy is slowly waking up. So I don't know if I told everybody, but she has an Elmo room because she loves Elmo Sesame Street. Anyways, I'm going to give a quick update. So the doctor, the Women's Institute doctor, specialist, sent over some information on what they believe he has. So if anybody wants to Google that, I'll give you that in just a few seconds. We have a cardio echo appointment this Wednesday. Thursday is our first orthopedic specialist consultation to really go in depth of what he has, how severe, options, plans, just the whole nine. So Thursday is really the beginning of our journey. I will, once he's born, not right now, but once he's born, I'll probably change the name of the page from Our IVF Journey to something else related to him. But I'll give all that information out once we get there. Okay. So I've been not really sleeping, but it's more so because of pregnancy pains and just things that you go through at night when you can't get comfortable because you have two babies moving around, heartburn, you can't breathe, and you just cannot get comfortable. Also because of the information that we found out on last week, but I'm dealing with that better. Got a little bit of a praise report on Friday, and maybe small to other people, but it's really huge to me. So let's get into it. So if anybody wants to look up more information on this lower leg deficiency that he has, his will be considered bilateral. I cannot talk this morning. His will be considered bilateral because it's in both legs. The average patient has it in one leg. Again, they're not going to give us a confirmed diagnosis because she's not the orthopedic specialist, and the orthopedic specialist will give it to us on Thursday. She said she is pretty confident that he has Tibular Hemimilia. The average patient with that deficiency or birth defect has the fibula either missing or it's just short, or they're missing the tibia or it's just short. So it's either a bone missing or they're both present, they just are not fully grown. What else? I think, yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, and then also sometimes it causes the feet to be turned in like his. I believe she said his are more so turned up like that, but we'll get more information on Thursday when the orthopedic specialist gives me another ultrasound and looks at it in depth with his machine. So just a little bit of information on what it is. Oh, well, I guess I gave that information. I think that's pretty much it. But just a little bit more information on options. There are only a couple of doctors in the U.S. that specialize in lower limb deficiency. One option is amputation. Another option would be leg lengthening surgery. Leg lengthening surgery to save the legs. They would straighten out his feet from the ankle, make sure they're turned in flat. And then they would go in and break his bone and stretch his tendons, muscles, ligaments, everything. Stretch everything. That way his bone can heal itself and grow as he grows. That sounds easier said than done. It will be several surgeries involved, so it's not just he's going to go in real quick, grab this surgery, and it'll be all fixed. That's not how it happens. And this is just me gathering information online. So it'll be, I believe, the average patient is done by age 13, and it starts at 18 months. Some of the reasons that people opt to get amputation is because the cost that's associated with leg lengthening. Insurance does not cover it because they consider it a cosmetic surgery. Cosmetic surgery can fall up under its nose job, implants, breast implants, facelifts, more beauty enhanced type surgeries and things like that, which I think if it's a birth defect that can help and you're trying to get, I don't understand why they consider that a cosmetic surgery. I don't know. Not cheap, very expensive. Some families opt to do amputation because they can't get to the top rated doctors in the U.S. because they don't live in the same city or even the same state. So you have traveling costs. They don't want to put their child through the stresses. They don't want to put their family through stress and depression and, giving that child all the attention that you could potentially neglect the other children. What else have I read? And that's pretty much it. Amputation is once they amputate, that's it. It's no more surgeries. But you do have a lifelong cost associated with it because you have to always have your prosthetics unless you're just going to be in a wheelchair all the time, which a lot of people don't do that for their children. If they amputate, they get prosthetics. So you have to always get your prosthetics changed. Technology changes and medicine changes all the time. So, maybe you want to try something new that's going on out there. But even as the child grows, they always have to go get new prosthetics, remeasured, all that. So it's a lifelong process. It's a lifelong cost. Leg lengthening surgery. Once you're done, you're done. I believe the average surgery cost, and I'm talking from the first surgery all the way through the last, including physical therapy and things like that. So far I've read it could be the cheapest that I've seen, and that's at one of the top doctors. I'm not just saying you're just going to any doctor to get it. Just because it's cheap don't mean it's the best. One of the top doctors at Paley Institute in West Palm Beach, Florida, I believe was $165,000. That was their cheapest package. And then you have to think about the severity of your child as well. But on average and out throughout the country, I would say about $225,000. But once you pay that, it's done. Who has $225,000? I don't. But we're going to make a way. God is going to make a way. But once you pay that, you're done. So, and it's not like you have to pay it all at once. Of course, you're paying it throughout the surgeries, throughout their lifetime. So just coming up with a plan on how to get that financed, how to get that paid. Then you have, if you don't live in the same city as the doctor that you choose, or you have expenses of travel, food, all of this other stuff. So it's not an easy decision to make. We've already made the decision. We're going to do leg lengthening surgery. If he comes to us and says, when he gets older, I don't want to go through any more surgeries, just amputating. That's another thing we'll deal with at that time, but I'm going to try to save the baby before I just go and chop his limbs off. Because all good things are worth waiting for, and I want to teach him that. It may be faster to chop off your legs and less stressful, but what would happen? I mean, certain things just make you stronger as a person. You know, what if you just waited? You may have 2 or 3 more surgeries. Like, let's just get through these 2 or 3 surgeries and keep pushing. Another thing that's associated with it is knee pain, like almost like arthritis type pain, that typically happens in the mid 30 age. Like I said, once you're done paying for the surgeries, that's it. That he should be able to function as a normal child, run, climb trees, um, swim, bike, play basketball, football, anything. I would not recommend football for him because that's just too much for me. Football, I don't care if he had a birth defect or not. Football is just way too dangerous. His dad plays football. That's too much. Anyway, so that's pretty much where we are. I know last video I said I didn't know what was going on with his heart, and I didn't know why they scheduled us a heart appointment for Wednesday, a cardio echo ultrasound. So she called on Friday and told us that the heart ultrasound is it's routine. They want to see if they can figure out what caused his limb deficiency. Maybe it's blood flow. Maybe his limbs aren't getting the blood flow that they need, because they really don't know what causes hemimilia. And they also want to make sure there's nothing else that's wrong with either twin. And I think that's pretty much it. And then Thursday, we obviously have all of that. So the average patient with hemimilia has one of their bones missing. They only have an average of 1 to 4 toes. And my praise report on Friday, he has all of his toes. He has 10 fingers, 10 toes. And both bones are present in both feet. It's just both bones, the tibia and the fibula, are both present. They're just short. That is really huge. Had he been missing one and we decided to do limb lengthening surgery, he would probably live with a metal rod or something in his leg to replace that bone. So I'm happy and blessed that he has both of his bones and that he has all of his toes. So I was looking at a video on YouTube where a girl had the same thing, and when she got done with her final surgery, healed up and all of that, she was walking around in heels like nothing ever happened as far as physical. I'm not talking emotional or anything. So we just have to, really stay focused on what's best for him, what's best for the family, and all that good stuff. What else? I think that's pretty much it. Oh, and then limb lengthening also comes with a lot of physical therapy. He'll have to walk with a brace for a certain amount of months at a time, maybe 6 months. Then they go back in, maybe do another surgery or let him walk around. I don't really know step by step on that portion. We'll learn that at our consultation on the first consultation on Thursday. So I'm just trying to keep myself educated, not looking into it too much on the internet because I have a lot of questions that I want to ask. But I did want to get familiar with it before the appointment because I don't want to get blindsided again like we did on Wednesday, because that was just devastating. Oh, my stomach hurts so bad. What else? Once they're born, I'll probably be changing my YouTube channel. I don't know if I'm going to change it or just start one specifically related to his condition, but that won't be for a couple months once he's born. But I'll give the information on that page and all of that once we get there. So we will have help. My mom's coming out, moving to Charlotte in about 2 to 3 weeks. Kennedy will be starting daycare sooner than we were going to start her in August, but I can tell that we're going to have a lot of appointments because I'm already seeing a specialist because of the multiple pregnancy. Now we have the thing with the orthopedics and then my regular OB. So, yeah. And taking a kid to all of those appointments, that's just too much. Taking her to one is just a lot. So, I'm going to cry because she's going to be going to preschool. And I'm going to miss my little friend throughout the day. So, other than that, I want to thank everybody for their support, their comments, reaching out to me, the prayers, just everything. I will make another video on Friday and combine both appointments, so that video might be a little long. I'll combine both videos, just giving more information and our options and all that kind of stuff. So I will talk to you guys later. I hope everybody enjoys their day. I'm going to go lay back down because Kennedy's